on, guys, and welcome back. I'm here at Cecil County Dragway at the Run What Ya Brung event. Got both cars ready. We're all set up here. Dirty Max Jack is down the line there with Enthusiast. A couple other guys are down there as well. CSP is here to the left. And RPM is, I believe, right across that way. So I'm gonna tech this car in and run it, see what happens. Not really sure how it's gonna go, so it's pretty much be a shakedown pass, and then this car, I'll run it right after, immediately, and see how that one does. The question is it necessary?
First run of the event.
Yep, Jesus, take the wheel.
It is on!
It's fucking rolling backwards. Hang on, let me roll behind it. You just have to pull it up harder.
Yeah. And, I'm not going to do anything without suspension.
I saw it unload.
It nosed over on the big end. As soon as when I shifted to the third, and then like a second later, it started to nose over and I let off.
I thought I saw you let off.
I did. The other thing too is when I shifted, like pop, it's like a backfire every time. It's weird. It's not a smooth shift like before.
I mean, this is the first pass, so it's got to learn.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, we've never done that with the car.
Oh.
It's going to learn the feeling as you go down the track.
Oh.
So it'll get better every
next
time you
it'll be better.
Yeah. Now laying over up top, that's a little funny. I don't know what that was, but.
I mean, I trapped 117 in the 8th, let all, you know.
No, you still ran a 9.9. Right?
Yeah.
It was out.
The car feels good. The car feels like it did when I'm in it and going.
Yeah.
It feels straight. It's just the initial hits. Like I feel like one of those freaking guys with them like low riders that are bouncing up and down on like in the city. You know,
you need some kind of suspension we can adjust. But you ideally should do it all at the same time so we can control front end lift too.
Let's just see if the track gets better.
I mean, you got to work with what you got today.
So made the first pass with the Freedom Rocket. The car definitely hits a lot harder with the tighter converter, which is good, but the suspension unloaded, and I think the tires were too hot. The track may not have been there, but I'm gonna do some adjustments on the car and run another pass. And if it still loses traction, it may be a suspension issue currently, but to maybe fix it, I can limit the throttle 20% off the hit, and then once it gets into boost, it'll be 100% throttle. So that's the beauty of having a Holly system. You can really dial your car in with it. But letting that car cool down now, and I'm going to run the twin turbo car, see what happens. All right, so twin turbo car just ran its fastest pass, which is pretty awesome. I mean, by a 100th of a second, but really it's the mile per hour. I mean, it trapped 120 in the 8th and 151 in the quarter. I just pulled up the weather too, because weather obviously plays a big part in drag racing. If you look, this is the That Racing Channel app. It shows you density, altitude, humidity, temperature, and elevation. And everything's pretty good except for the density altitude, which is really high right now. So the fact that that car did that is pretty insane. When you get into the negative DAs, that's when it runs fast. And that's when I ran the 8-second pass in the Freedom Rocket. It was a negative DA. And the last time this car went that fast, it was a negative DA. But the fact that it's now going this fast in 2,000 feet DA, like that's it's really good. So I'm happy with that car, very happy. Freedom Rocket, we got to work on a little bit. So I'm gonna run that car next, and maybe I'll let Lauren run the twin turbo car. Great weather. We got Muchacho, or should I say Muchacho?
Muchacho. I can't afford an IROC seat,
Come on,
so
brother,
I drive Silverado.
what do you run today, brother?
And this fucking 9-second pass. And I got a 6-pack of beer in the car. You want some? God damn it.
Oh, is Mooch or Muchacho grilling right now?
Oh, so the deal with that is this. Mooch is back. I killed Muchacho. I took his clothes. I'm done racing.
Hey, you're better odds because you know I burn them.
Yeah. No, there's a bunch done in the trailer. On the beach, and like, bro, you had to like get like car degreaser, like spray it on there, and like light the whole thing on fire.
We're at, like right here?
Yes, please.
Thank you. You're welcome. Alrighty guys, so I pretty much decided to make only 2 passes with the Freedom Rocket because we've come to the conclusion that it's going to need some suspension work, and we also are having issues with the alternator on the car. I mentioned it previously, I think in the last video, the dyno video of the car. The stock alternator wasn't keeping up with charging the battery because the battery was being used really heavily with all the new stuff from the car. So what the car really needs is a high output alternator. So what was happening at the track when I was racing the car is the battery was charged fully when I started the car, but by the time I actually got through the staging lanes to the track, did my burnout, then launched the car and did my pass, literally halfway to 3/4 of the way through my pass, the voltage was really low. We're talking 12 volts instead of upwards of like 14 volts is where it should be around. That explains why the car was nosing over on the big end, and also the second pass when the car essentially shut off. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to keep running the car, and 2, just the initial hit and launch. I'm still running the stock suspension on the car, and I knew it was going to come to the point where I needed something else. Last year the converter wasn't tight enough to really launch the car hard, so now that it is tightened up quite a bit, it's a pretty hard hit. So I'm definitely gonna need some suspension to keep the car squatted and not unload and fall forward and then I lose traction. So as of now, I have a new high output alternator coming for the car, so all the charging issues should be taken care of. And I have some double adjustable coilovers for the front and rear of the car coming as well. The next time the car will be on the track will be at CAMARO Fest in Bowling Green, Kentucky on July 13th and 14th? No. July 12th and 13th, Friday and Saturday. So I'm going down July 10th and I'm staying, which is a Wednesday, and then I'm staying till Sunday and driving home Monday, July 15th or something like that. So that is the big weekend that I go down to CAMARO Fest in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It's gonna be my 3rd time there this year, and it's an absolute awesome time. So you guys got Camaros, I definitely suggest you check out this show. We just have a lot of fun at it. You know, there's 2 days of racing, a car show, and autocross, and pretty much you name it. There's vendors there. I'll be there, obviously, with my cars, and it's just really cool event for guys that love Camaros. And even if you don't have a Camaro, you know, come out and just hang out and check out all the cars. It's definitely one of the biggest Camaro events in the US. So I will be there. As far as the twin turbo car, now that car will be there as well. And I'm really excited because I was able to get the car to make its fastest pass in not so great weather too. So I mean, it ran a 9.53 at 151, which was awesome. If it's doing that in this hot weather with a really high DA, it's gonna really rip in cooler weather and a low DA. The only thing that really needs improved on that car is the launch, and unfortunately it seems like we've come to a point where we can't get the car to launch any harder, in first gear at least. We haven't really tried second gear too much, but first gear, I think that's the limit it has because of the converter. So we'll see. Maybe if I turn the car up a little bit, it'll launch a little harder. So we'll see what we can figure out with that car, but honestly, I'm really happy with it, especially being able to do that only on 93 octane. Like, that's it. No meth, no nitrous, no E85, no race gas, nothing like that. Straight pump gas from my local pump, like 10 minutes away. So all in all, it was a great event. Thank you to everyone who came out to it. It was really cool because we had a record number of cars there, a record number of racers at this event than we did at the previous, you know, events that I did last year, 2 events, and in 2017 we did 2 events in Cecil County as well. And we had more cars than all 4 of those events. There were racers constantly going around the track. It was like people were hot lapping their cars. It was awesome. They were doing like 5 to 6 runs at least per day. I mean, that was the average amount of runs people were getting. A ton of people came up to me throughout the day, thanking me for the event and saying that it was an awesome event and they had a lot of fun. So that was the coolest thing I think about it. That's really why Jack and I decided to have this event. You know, it wasn't really for us, it was for you guys to get you more involved in it and to give you a chance to race your car, come out and have some fun. And that's pretty much exactly what everybody there did. So we're already in talks about another event toward the end of the year when the cooler season comes around, and we're gonna make it bigger and better as well. We're gonna keep the same concept going, but I think we're gonna make it a little bigger and better. I mean, we only planned this thing in like 2 or 3 weeks. So it wasn't really this huge planned out thing, big, huge event that we did. We were just kind of like extending the invite to you guys if you wanted to come out, and that was that. So next time we do this, we'll plan a little bit further ahead because I know some of you guys were not able to come because of the vacation time that usually is somewhere at the end of June and the beginning of July for July 4th. So we understand that, but what we'll do is we'll do something toward the end of October, maybe even the beginning of November. That's when the weather down there is like awesome for racing. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know, hopefully here soon in a later video. Also, Lauren got a chance to race the Twin Turbo ZL1, and I'm gonna have that as my next video, so you guys get to see her race. She ran her fastest time, and she did a really good job in it, so I'm very proud of her. We'll do a little interview with her and see what she thought about it. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're coming here for the first time, and as always, have a great day.